Hi, this is Chuck Hughes. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the mutual holding company strategy. I've been investing in mutual holding companies over the past 12 years or so, and I've had very good success with this strategy. Um, Now, a mutual holding company is a bank holding company that owns the majority of shares of stock in a subsidiary mutual bank. Uh, for example, TFS Financial Corporation operates as the holding company for Third Federal Savings Bank, and TFS Financial owns the majority of the shares. In this example, they own 74% of the outstanding shares of Third Federal Savings Bank, and 26% of the shares, the minority of the shares that are not held within the holding company, trade as a stock on the NASDAQ under the symbol TFSL. Now, many mutual holding companies decide to sell the shares that are held within the holding company in what is called a second stage offering. And this allows the bank to increase its capital reserves. It allows the bank to expand operations, increase its loan portfolio, because there's a very large cash infusion when the holding company sells the majority of the shares in a secondary IPO. So again, in a second stage offering, the majority of the shares held within the mutual holding company are sold to depositors of the bank in a what's called a second step IPO. Now, when this occurs, the existing minority shareholders almost always receive a substantial price appreciation in the price of the minority stock, and I'll show you an example of that with a mutual holding company that I purchased a minority stock, and they announced a second stage offering, and that resulted in a large increase in the value of the minority stock. Now, the price appreciation in the minority stock occurs as a result of the increase in the net worth of the bank that can double or even triple on the day a second stage offering is completed. Uh, and what happens is the net worth of the bank increases because the cash received from the sale of the majority shares is added to the bank's treasury, and it increases the net worth of the bank. So you can imagine if TFS Financial sold 74% of the outstanding shares held within the holding company, this would dramatically increase the net worth of the bank, and the minority shareholders of the bank would almost certainly receive a big price appreciation in their minority stock as a result of the net worth of the bank increasing during the second stage IPO. Now, let's take a look at an actual mutual holding company that I purchased. Um, and in this example, I'm showing a brokerage confirmation that shows I purchased 500 shares of Bank Mutual Corporation at $23.50 per share, and the Bank Mutual Corporation was the holding company for Bank Mutual. And after I purchased these minority shares, Bank Mutual Corporation subsequently announced that they were going to do a second stage conversion in which the majority of the shares held within the holding company were going to be sold to the bank's depositors. And again, this would increase the net worth of the bank, and as a result, the minority shareholders realized a large increase in price in the Bank Mutual shares. So my original investment of $11,750 grew to about $22,300. That's about a 90% return after Bank Mutual announced the second step conversion IPO. So here's an example of the minority stock increasing in price dramatically after the second step IPO was announced. Now here's a price graph for the Bank Mutual minority stock, and you can see the minority stock really rallied in price after Bank Mutual announced the second step IPO, and this price graph is of the minority stock prior to the completion of the second step IPO. So you can see that the price really increased steadily after the second step was announced. Here's another price graph for the minority stock held within the Sound Federal Bancorp holding company, and again you can see there was a substantial price increase in the minority stock prior to the second step IPO. Here's one more example of a price graph for the minority stock of Brookline Bancorp in Massachusetts, and again we can see the minority stock increasing in price after the second step IPO was announced, and in the period leading up to the actual completion of the second stage IPO. Now I make trade recommendations for mutual holding company minority stock through my Inner Circle advisory service, and I'm displaying the current mutual holding company stock portfolio. We currently have 17 recommendations. We have an average return in this portfolio of 34% and an open trade profit of $59,000. Now these mutual holding companies have not announced a second step IPO yet, so typically when one of these holding companies announces the second step, there's usually a big price increase in the minority stock. So the goal is to hold as many of these as we can, and with the hope that they'll be announcing second step IPOs. And one of the things I found about these mutual holding companies is they're considered value stocks, as they typically have a substantial amount of cash on their balance sheets in relation to their stock price. And I listed a couple examples there. Mutual holding company number 4 in this portfolio currently has 77% cash on its balance sheet in relation to its stock price. So these holding companies typically have a lot of cash, and they're very low risk investments based on this high cash position in relation to their stock price. Now, if you'd like updated profit results on the Inner Circle portfolios, including the mutual holding company portfolio, just log on to chuckhughesic.com and click the trade results link. This is Chuck Hughes. I want to thank you for listening, and I wish you the best in investing success.